Cool. So you continue
Right.
with part 3, Geo.
Yeah, you were
Yes.
just explaining something they did.
Yes, they understand that there are two aspects to existence. One of them they call, this is for the warriors, the Mexican warriors. One aspect is called nagual, and the other aspect is called tonal. The tonal is what we call appearances. The tonal is just but they don't say that the appearances doesn't matter. Quite the contrary, they say that it's good to have a healthy tonal. It's good to have a sane tonal, and the nagual is everything. So it seems that they value the tonal, and what goes on to other words, other universes, is the tonal.
Mm. Advait,
Yes,
do you...
because
Yeah, Geo?
no, it's a little bit strange to say that, well, everything is just appearances, so it doesn't matter. It may matter. I mean, it does
Oh
matter
yeah,
because
Claiming it doesn't matter implies already that it matters.
that it
So we
yeah,
agree
matters.
on
Yeah.
this. So, but Advait,
yeah,
sweetheart, do you want to add
exactly.
something to this after reading all those books?
Well, they were enjoyable, and they
Yeah.
were, uh, for me, they were very inspiring. And and
In what way?
what was it? And what the way that they were inspiring is the main characters in the book, Don Juan and Don Gennaro, and some of the other kind of leaders of this particular um, uh, Mexican, native Mexican spiritual groups. I mean, spiritual may not be the right word, but I'm just going to use that word. Is what inspired me is I felt that they were all searching for and learning how to become very deeply free, which means to dissolve all of their old cultural stories and baggage, and to
Yes.
live in the world, but be to very profoundly not be of the world, to move in the regular world, but to move without any of the cultural and psychological limitations that most people get or are subject to, or are limited by when they live in the regular world. And that sense of very deep and profound freedom, personal freedom within the everyday world was very, very inspiring for me. In the sense of I wanted to know how to awaken and discover that kind of freedom for myself. And so in a sense, that's the journey described in those books is the journey that I've been on ever since then, to
That's a
try to.
very good description, Advait. Very nice. Yes. Absolute
Mhm.
freedom. Yeah.
And their journey involved experiencing these kind of other worlds that are that permeate this world, these other quote unquote spiritual worlds, or the Nagual, to use the terms of the book. But um, but for me, more and more, it's not about like going off into these other Nagual world or these other spiritual worlds, but finding that deep, profound freedom, personal freedom
Yeah.
within the regular, quote unquote, regular world.
Well,
And that
is
for
there
me,
anything else? Sorry to interrupt. I mean,
uh-huh.
is there anything else than freedom already?
No. Boom.
Well, well, for
Yeah,
me,
but
all there
they
is,
They
just
didn't
this.
choose it. They didn't choose. Nobody. There are no. Nobody. There are no. How to say in English? Nobody can choose to belong to one of these groups. It just
No, no
happens.
one, exactly. No one chooses anything as a
No one.
separated chooser. I mean,
No, there
there's
is
no
not.
separated choice maker.
Yes, nobody can choose to belong to a group like the Mexican warriors or the European Periejetas. It just happens, you know. So when they feel completely free, what happens when they go to another universe or not? It doesn't matter. It's freedom. For them, it's just freedom, you know. It's a side effect. It's not the objective to travel to other worlds. It just happens. They don't say, "Oh, now let's get together and travel to another universe." No, they never do that. They go out for a walk together and suddenly it just happens.
But which includes the idea that it just happens. That also just happens.
Just happens, yes.
I mean, not everything just happens in that sense, right? The idea that it just happens, or the lack of that idea, or the belief otherwise, already just simply happens spontaneously and innocently.
Yes, because
It's
freedom is
already
already,
the natural state that it just happens, which
yes,
includes the idea that it does or doesn't.
yeah. Freedom is present.
But yeah, beautiful. I mean, I had some childhood friends, you know, who were in Castaneda. I think most of the people have heard, you know, about Castaneda. I never was interested to read books or in that way of Carlos Castaneda, but yeah, I heard a fair share of stories. Yeah, beautiful. I mean, what to say? Other words, other dimensions. There may come a point, I mean, that the interest in finding out just stops.
Yeah. Yes, or not.
Or
I
the need
remember
to read
I remember
something or
how
to.
how Karenzi was also very much into this.
Oh,
Before going into Ramana and Tiro in India, he was very much into Carlos. And then he said,
mhm.
"Oh, I'm so happy that this stopped because you can spend your whole life with this."
Oh, yeah. You can go crazy with it. Yeah.
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 Because, oh, yes, I
And
found the word. Because there is no volunteers. You cannot volunteer to become a part of a group. They call it, they say that you are chosen by the spirit, which means that it just happens. It's completely ridiculous trying to find a group of people like Don Juan and try to follow them. It's impossible. It just happens if it has to happen, you know. But for most of the readers, they become sort of crazy trying to find Carlos Castaneda's group or Don Juan, you know, doesn't make sense.
With the fair share amount of psychedelics.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he said in his second book that it has nothing to do with psychedelics. He had to take the psychedelics for a very specific reason. He himself had some deviation and he had to take the psychedelic, but that was not the objective. And most of the warriors, they don't take it.
and in the later books, I think like after book 3 or so, there's no, if I'm not mistaken, there's pretty much
No
no
more.
psychedelics being
No,
used.
no, no.
It's all just done by
By grace.
grace
Yeah,
and by
yeah.
clarity of will.
Oh, the
They
clarity
call
of
it
will.
yes, they call it intent. Clarity
Mhm.
of will is called intent. It's not
Yes.
intention. Intention is what we used to call, it's what we call will to do something. I have the intention to do something. But intent is almost like the opposite. You are completely open. You sort of know what you want, but you have no intention to find anything. It will happen. That's the way they put it.
Like
I would
being
say
in
the natural state.
like being in the
Now what?
flow. Life is living you already,
Yeah,
being in
right.
the
Yeah,
flow.
yeah. I would say the natural state, Gio.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
Why the
Yes,
natural
sir.
state? Come on, sweetheart. What is this, the natural state?
Well, I mean natural state or just this or whatever. I know words maybe sounds ridiculous, but just what is, just this. You can
Wu
say the
Wei.
natural state or beingness or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just the use of words. I know it won't fit maybe good, but just this. So just what is already there's just intent, I would say.
Yeah,
There's no intent. No one is part of intent either.
yes. The
There's
most
just
of
simply, yeah.
the practices that these groups do is about not doing,
Oh,
not
beautiful.
doing. It is the most practiced practice that they have. And the European lineage, which is not the Mexican, is more so. It's the basis, the basic practice for them is not doing.
It sounds like hard work for me.
Well, then you are doing too much.
No,
You have to
trying
learn.
to do not to do sounds hard.
You
Almost
cannot try.
impossible.
Yes, you cannot try. Because if you try not doing, you are doing, right?
I'm intrigued by this European group. Are there people in this group still alive today?
Yes, yes.
Do
There
you know
is
any
a,
of them? You know any of
yes,
them?
not personally, but I can indicate this. Okay, this is now interesting because there is a site. It is the only site in the planet that deals with these people, the European lineage.
Mhm.
And they stopped being active a few months ago. I think about maybe 4 or 5 months that nobody is writing anything in this forum. I will post the address of this forum. I don't know where. Oh, I can post it anywhere. I just want to, now that the subject is up, I want to say that it's all in Portuguese, but they all speak English also, and they are ready to dialogue in English. No problem.
Gio, send
But
it
no
to
one.
me. Send it to me. I will post it
Yeah,
under
to
the
me
chat.
too.
I will simply
Oh
post
yeah,
it under the
okay,
chat and send it to Kai too. And
great.
by the way,
That will be interesting.
if you want to connect with each other, Advait,
Yeah,
Kai, Gareth, just let me
yeah,
know. I can
definitely.
share your kind of
Yeah,
So
very much
Kai,
like to connect. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
what is so interesting about this? Tell me, because there
Oh,
seems to
well,
be
I just wanted
an interest.
to backtrack a little bit. The first teacher that really lit my fire was a teacher who talked about total freedom, and that was Krishnamurti. And it's, I've been on that thing ever since. It's been my thing ever since. Total freedom.
UG or the
Jido.
neurotic one? Jidu.
I would say
Well,
UG was the neurotic one.
UG was the neurotic
no,
one.
not
Jido was
UG.
the
I'm
normal
talking
one.
about Jiddu Krishnamurti.
Jiddu.
Jiddu, not UG.
Yeah.
Jiddu.
Yeah,
Jiddu,
yeah.
yeah.
But Sander, in this European lineage, they talk about non-duality. There is no they have no problems talking about non-duality.
Hmm.
But they have been silent for more like 5 months. I don't know what happened, but the site is there. It seems that it's open. So I'm very curious if you appear there. I want you to appear there. And we can start talking. Let's see what happens. By the way, my name is not Gio there. My name there is Tonio, but We'll see that.
Oh, he is working undercover. Look at him.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes it's needed.
Yeah. What's
Beautiful.
the difference? One name, the other name. It's just a name.
No difference, just a game. Enjoy if you can.
Yeah, it's a game. I mean, one of the first precepts of to participate in that forum is that it's a game. You must learn to play the game.
Nice.
You know, I read Krishnamurti when I was 16, but I found UG, yeah, it resonated more than GD.
Yeah, I've
Well,
read.
Yuji,
I think
yes.
I've read one
You
of
mean Yuji.
UG's books, and it was very interesting. I liked his style.
What is
I
his
used-
style? Like a barking dog?
It's a style that I like.
Yeah, I
Well,
used to dislike him, but then I read something and I began to like him.
Mhm.
UG or GD?
So I
Well,
always liked Jiddu. I still
too.
like him very
Me too.
much. But
Me too.
UG, I used to not like him, but when I started reading a few things here and there, I began to like him also.
UG is some people call him the anti-guru or the anti-Krishnamurti. And
Because
he's just,
Krishnamurti Jiddu is also anti-guru. He's completely
very much.
anti-guru.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they wanted him to become a guru, but he had no interest.
Who?
Jiddu.
Jiddu.
The Theosophists.
Yeah, Theosophist, yes.
and just touching on the Castaneda group, I don't know if they're still active or doing it, but they did have a whole series of practices called
Tensegrity.
tensegrity or the
Yeah.
magical passes.
Yeah,
And
that
it's
yeah,
kind of
go
like
ahead.
a Tai Chi, maybe a little bit like a Tai Chi. But you can find that discuss or present tensegrity or the magical passes.
Yeah, the European line would say that it's just bullshit. He just invented the whole thing. I'm just
Mhm.
repeating what they are saying. I don't know.
Mhm.
Garrett,
Well, you know-
sweetheart, what's up?
Nothing really. I'm just waiting for the wife to make my dinner. Any time now.
What? I love it. Boom. What's going to was gibt es? What's going to be up for dinner, sweetheart?
Some fish, I think.
Ah,
And salad.
nice, yummy.
Sounds
Oh,
healthy.
you're lucky one with such a beautiful wifey cooking for you.
She's in her place.
We should drop over there.
Garrett,
We're
be
coming,
careful
Garrett.
to say be careful now saying that that's how it should be.
But I shut the
Before
door.
you know, you have a you have a problem.
Yeah.
So be careful now.
Mm.
Oh, sweethearts. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay,
Yeah.
but please do appear in that forum. But I must give you an advice.
Oh.
They are funny, but they play the game, but 3 points. Okay.
uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
yeah. You cannot step on them because they will step on you.
Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, that's the
Eh.
point. That's the right spirit. That's the right spirit.
Nice. So, Gia, you simply sent me the link or whatsoever.
Okay.
I will put it down, and maybe Kai and Gia, you can connect with each other on Facebook Messenger.
Sure.
I will be waiting very anxiously.
You get all hyped up, Geo. It's nice to see. I see you all,
Yeah.
you're glittering your
Yeah.
face.
So look
Yeah,
at
it's so
Gio
funny.
following his highest
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah,
Oh, I
beautiful.
really like them. I really like those people.
Well, this is
It's
obvious
very
now.
fun.
We can
Yeah.
see. We can see it.
It's clear.
I hope they will respond
Don't
because
hope,
they,
sweetheart. Hope is,
yeah,
hope is for beggars.
okay.
Just
Well
kidding.
said.
Advait, sweetheart, do you want to close up our French chat with, I don't know, what's going on in the ashram right now? It's in Germany, we would say tote Hose, dead pants.
What does that mean? What does
Dead
Toto
pants.
Bad pants?
Dead pan. Like
Dead pants.
pants.
Dead
Hose.
pants. Dead pants.
What's going on?
Well, I guess the usual. I think Amma's she's giving darshan now, which means she's giving hugs
Oh,
to visitors, and because she'll give hugs, and many Indians will come to get a hug, and so she'll give a hug. I think she started around 3 p.m. and she'll go till about midnight or so, or something like that, maybe a little bit later.
are you also going to get a hug?
Not today, but maybe sometime in the near. I do have a question to present to Amma. Nothing special. It's just a question about my volunteer work that I do. I want to get Amma's input on it,
What
and
is
of
it?
course get a nice.
What is it? The question.
Oh, it's not very interesting. I do. I process some of the electronic items here, and so I just got a question about how to maybe improve the process of collecting these items from all the rooms at the ashram. And
Very
so,
good. So
yeah. So I guess
if
a
I would
boring
be,
question.
sweetheart, if let's turn it not into guru and disciple, but into boss and employee. If I would be your boss, sweetheart, I would be very happy with this question. Trying to make the working process very efficient. I love it.
Mm. Yeah. She's very much the boss here. I mean, my understanding is that most major decisions here, they get run through Amma, and she'll suggest certain things or give guidance, this way or that way about, all the projects she's working on.
So
And
we can say everything is business. Do we agree with this?
everything is just this.
Yeah, just this.
Which includes saying it's business. It's also just this.
Yeah.
Or bullshit.
Oh, sweethearts, I just love it. It's very, very cool.
I did
Yeah.
have a quick question. Gio, you were connected with some of the Castaneda people in the past. Did I understand correctly?
No, not personally, no.
Not
But
personally.
but I have been talking a lot with these people from this other lineage, and they, well, they have contact with all sorts of people.
Oh, okay. So the European lineage was active or may still be active?
It is active in most
Okay.
parts of the planet, yes, it is active. Maybe just countries like North Korea, maybe Venezuela, places where the political situation becomes very, very complicated. It seems that they are not active.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that lineage was worldwide. So that's
Oh,
interesting to
yes,
learn.
yes, it is.
Interesting.
And here in Brazil, I have knowledge, maybe 5 or 6 of these circles active right now.
Okay. And they're not doing tensegrity. They're doing other
No,
things.
no.
They're
They
doing
don't
other
do.
things.
They laugh about Carlos Castaneda. They hate him. They don't like Carlos Castaneda.
I love it. Interesting.
They say that Carlos Castaneda indeed met Don Juan, but then he was kicked out. It just didn't work for him. And then he invented the rest of the stories. Like tensegrities, they say it's just pure invention.
Okay.
And saying this is already another beautiful story. No escaping the stories. And I just love stories, sweetheart. Sweethearts, thank you so much for showing up. And excuse me to be being too late, but there is no need for me to appear here in order this to happen.
Well, you compensated anyway because we are probably nearing 2.5 hours now, so it's okay.
And yeah, so thank you. And just feel free to share more. Let's stay in touch. Maybe we will do another one next Sunday or not. Let's do it spontaneously. And yeah, what to say? Xander Linchin, Gio, Advait, Gareth, Kai, love you. And Tony says, say hi to them all. He totally enjoyed it, but he had to go earlier. So yeah, beautiful. Sweethearts, love you all.
Thank you very much for all.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Take care.